Hi, my name is Syed Talha Muslim, and I'm here to present the executive summary for leadership philosophy. This is for leadership part 2, section 4. Uh, I will present my views on leadership, and by the end of this video, hopefully, you should be able to compare my take on leadership and compare it with your own style of leadership, and hopefully, should be able to give you an idea of how my perspective on leadership differs from your perspective, for instance. In this video, I will go through my goals as a leader in relation to my milestones. I will explain to you my leadership philosophy version 2.0 and as well as my vision as a leader. I will explain to you my leadership style in relation to the course we have studied, and I will go through the importance of coaching, and finally I will touch upon my strengths and weaknesses in relation to well-being. So, my goals as a leader. Whenever I undertake a project, whether it's an IT project or a business project in general, I have to ensure that as a leader, I incorporate three main factors in my goal. They include fame, they include wealth, and they include respect. Whichever project I undertake, I have to include these three factors. By respect, I mean people should appreciate my work. I should become the most sought after person, or the sought after project that I'm undertaking. The project I undertake needs to be able to generate wealth, in other words, profit, and it needs to be in the limelight. For instance, a good example would be iMac, for instance, or Firefox. It's in the news. It's a project. Someone must have undertaken it. Another example would be the Virgin Group, run by Sir Richard Branson of the UK. When he started off his company from zero, his company was unknown. It didn't have respect. It didn't have wealth. But Richard Branson must have planned it in his project as a project leader. That I have to attain fame, and he's made his company into a brand. He generated wealth, and he has a respect for his company. So that's what I look at. That's what I try to incorporate in my projects as a leader. It's not impossible. You don't need experience for that. You need motivation for that. You don't have to be perfect for that. You need to strive for excellence. And at the same time, you need to set deadlines. By dreaming up big plans and visions is not enough. You have to have deadlines in order to be able to achieve those in reality. My leadership philosophy version 2.0. How is it different from 2.1? Not a lot, because when I started writing 2.1, version 1.0, I had already read up on work of Yukel and Susan Whelan, so they heavily influenced my thinking. So it's not a lot different. Version 1.0 is not different from version 2.0. But they include certain things. For instance, my philosophy as a leader tells me that a leader has to be visionary, he has to be honest, he has to have courage, he has to have integrity, he has to have willpower, which is related to being courageous, he has to be patient. He has to be able to gather people around, he has to be able to motivate them, he has to be able to instill a sense of shared value, and finally, he needs to be able to empower them. My vision as a leader, I am a socialist kind of person. This is derived from the Scandinavian philosophy of that of everyone being equal. That's how I see. If I, as a leader, benefit, my subordinates, my colleagues should benefit as well. They should improve and progress as well. That's how I see things. My leadership style, well, it's a mixed bag of all sorts of styles, and I use various different forms of leadership styles depending on my situation and subordinates or colleagues I'm around. That's how I go about. Coaching is very important for me. I believe that in the sense that it allows us to diffuse knowledge throughout the organization. It improves performance and maintains quality. It leads to job satisfaction for the subordinates, and it builds a dyadic relationship, especially when you're working in a long-term project. My personality improvements in relation to Belbin, well, I'm too critical. Perhaps one of the reasons is that I'm a perfectionist, which obviously slows down the work. So I'm trying to work on that, not to be a perfectionist, rather than work on being striving for excellence. I'm a good coordinator, and I'm a sharper, and I'm trying to work on that to ensure that I am a little bit more diplomatic. Um, Finally, I would like to touch upon the fact that I came across something, for instance, Occupy Wall Street movement. There's a vision there's a vision. People were collected together. They were instilled with a shared value, but there was no leader. I realized there's no one single figure of leadership. This is something we've been taught in Euclid's work. A leader has a vision. He instills people. He gathers people around. But Occupy Wall Street movement was something unique that there was no leader, and I mean it makes me wonder who gathered them around, who made them realize that there's a sense of shared value and so on. I hope that to conclude this video, I hope that you've learned my perspective on leadership, and hopefully this would generate a little bit of healthy debate and discussion. Thanks for watching.